Hello everybody, so today I'm going to show you a little baking recipe. It's a very nice one. It looks really good once you've finished it. It's also really simple to make. So we're going to make a butterfly fairy cakes. You might have already made them before. But this is how you do it if you haven't. So you're going to need the following today. You're going to need 2 eggs, 100 grams of self-raising flour, 100 grams of butter, 100 grams of caster sugar, about a quarter jar of jam, any type you like, 50 grams of butter and 100 grams of icing sugar. We won't need these three until the end. This is the decoration and the buttercream. You'll also need a mixing bowl, a wooden spoon, tablespoon, teaspoon, bun tray and bun cases. Now if you want to make less, you can half this recipe and it will make about 5. This recipe will make about 10. If you want to make lots and lots, because you can manage to get all the butter, sugar, flour and eggs, then just simply double everything and you will get more. It's very simple to do that. Okay, what you need to do to start off with is you need to preheat your oven to 160 degrees, gas mark 4, get that going straight away, and get your bun tray already done. You can see I've done my 10, and I've already weighed out all the ingredients ready to go, so I can crack on with it straight away. Okay, once you've got everything weighed out, you can get started. So you will need 2 eggs. This is an all-in-one method, so everything just goes straight into the bowl. You'll also need caster sugar, 100 grams, and 100 grams of self-raising flour, straight in there. You'll also need 100 grams of butter. If your butter is solid, you've got a couple of tips. First thing, you can grate it. Weirdly, it works like grating cheese on the large holes, and it will blend in quite quickly. Or you can blast it in the microwave for 10 seconds, maybe 15, until it softens up. It will help when you mix it in. Otherwise, you're going to be there for a while. You can see my butter's nice and soft. Now you've got 2 options. You can do it the hard way or you can do it the easy way. The hard way is if you use a wooden spoon. Okay, I'm lazy, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use a hand mixer because I can. So it takes about 5 seconds, not even that. Quickly get it going all the way. And then 5 to 10 seconds later, get yourself cake mix. Very simple, and it saves you all the effort of using a wooden spoon. But it's entirely up to you. Okay, if you want a bit of exercise, use a wooden spoon. Okay, once you've done that, then grab your bun tray and using a dessert spoon or a teaspoon, just simply scoop about that much into each of the cases. Don't overfill them. It's got self-raising flour in. They will rise, so you don't want it to overflow. But please make sure each one has got the same amount of filling in. You can fill them all up and then you can go and balance them out later. Make sure every case has got something in there. Like I say, it will make about 10. If you've got smaller cases, you might get more out of it. Just see how it goes, but make sure there is an even amount in all cases, please. Otherwise, they will be a bit odd. Okay, so I've got all mine done. I've got an extra one because my cases are quite small. You just see how you go, but make sure they're all even. You don't need to spread them around. The first thing the oven will do is melt the mixture so it will fill and it will spread and it will start to rise. So don't worry about that at all. So once your oven's preheated fully to 160 degrees, gas mark 4, simply pair of oven gloves and place them in there. They will take about 10 to 15 minutes to rise. Just keep an eye on them. When they start to go golden and they've risen up, then they're probably done. You don't need to stick a knife into them or anything. Just give them a little press. If they're soft and spongy, they're done. And then you can leave them to cool on a cooling rack. Okay, so while they're in the oven, we're going to prepare all the toppings and the fillings for it. So we're going to prepare the buttercream and we're going to prepare the jam. So with the jam, all you need to do is get into a little bowl and stir it, because it can't come straight out of the jar in quite a solid fashion. But if you stir it, it goes to a nice puree. It makes it easy to fill up your buns later. To make a buttercream, you're going to need 50 grams of butter and 100 grams of icing sugar. And it is very, very simple to scale up. Obviously, just double the recipe as many times as you need it. But this should do you for about 10-ish. Okay, so all you've got to do, butter goes straight into the bowl. Use a large bowl because icing sugar gets everywhere. And then add the icing sugar. I advise you not to use an electric mix this time because it tends to blast the icing sugar everywhere. Just simply use your wooden spoon and then just gently press the butter into the icing sugar. It will take a couple of minutes depending on how soft your butter is. Okay, so after a while you will get something that looks like that. So that is essentially buttercream. Well, it's very, very solid right now because my butter's still a bit cold. So what you can do to make it a little bit more easy to work with, little tiny splash of milk, no more than about a teaspoon, and just add that to it and mix it through. And it will soften it down and make it a lot easier to deal with. Quickly stir it. And there we go. So it's a lot smoother and a lot nicer. If it's still a bit thick, add a little more splash of milk until you need it. Don't add water, it doesn't work. Add milk only, please, until it's nice, smooth, all the butter's been incorporated, all the icing sugar is gone, and it's very, very creamy, hence buttercream. Okay, so by now you should have had them out of the oven and they should have cooled. This is the colour that you're looking for. If they look like that, then they're done. Nice and golden, nice and risen, as you can see, melted and filled the case. Nice and risen slightly. It looks really tasty. As well as your buttercream should be done. And your jam should be nice and ready to go as well. So to decorate, it is very, very simple. I'm going to do one all the way through. My advice to you is to do one stage at a time. So prepare the buns, then add the jam, add the buttercream, and then add the top, as you'll see. So I'm going to do one as a whole and you can do it your way. Okay, so you need yourself a knife. A sharp knife is good, but a butter knife will do exactly the same thing. So what you have your tea with. What you need to do is you need to go in an angle. You need to cut out the centre of your cake. So then you get a little sort of pyramid type thing like that. And you've got a hole there. Okay, then you need to take a little bit of jam, about half a teaspoon, and just place it into your little cupcake bowl. And then a little bit of buttercream. And place it over the top just to fill the gap. Okay. With your little pyramid of cake, just simply half it. And then there you go on top like that. So it gives the impression of little butterfly wings. Okay. Do that for all of them. And there we have the final product ready to eat.